going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue, and by now you've probably already seen the black and white version of Zack Snyder's newest Justice League trailer. I do believe the colored one is coming out tomorrow, but what I wanted to do in this video is just kind of break down what he talked about in his live stream after he revealed the trailer to the world. So Darren already did a kind of reacting to the new scenes that were added into the trailer. Here, I'm going to go ahead and touch on the key points that he talked about in the live stream and talk about what really stood out to me, really. So I'll be playing the trailer and pausing it, and and we'll just touch on some of the notes that I took. So here we go right here. You can see Darkseid. And what he mentioned is, with Darkseid, he kind of confirmed that he was seeking out the anti-life equation. We learned that in a previous Vero post from maybe last year even. So we do know he's hunting down the anti-life equation, and we are going to see it on the ground. That's something he revealed a while ago, and he did say that the old gods are the only ones who could actually stand up to this. He's not even Darkseid yet. It's still Uxas. So pretty cool to see. And again, this is this black and white version. I'm not sure I'm digging it. There is a shot in here that I'm really digging, and I think it's the coolest shot in black and white. I'll talk about it when we get there. Zack Snyder kind of revealed that all the clues as to what's going to happen is in this shot right here. Of course, we see the Joker card. We see the nightmare scene from Batman v Superman. And funny enough, when we see the colored version of this scene in the trailer, it looks a lot. The color palette's a lot different than what we got in the BVS trailer, the BVS movie, I should say. And I gotta say, I prefer what the movie looked like, but maybe there's a reason for the different colors in this trailer. And again, I'm just going off of memory here. So here we go. Joker card right there. Some parademons flying, and here we go. We're gonna get a new shot here. So. In this shot, of course, he talked about the arrow of Artemis having clues to inform Diana of Darkseid. So there are clues left on this particular arrow, and that's going to help her find the story of Darkseid, if I remember him correctly. So again, I think we got a little bit of this in the theatrical version of the movie, but maybe a few shots we didn't get. And this is, of course, a new shot right here. We see Cyborg projecting Superman as a hologram. And, I don't think we saw, this is definitely a shot we didn't see in the trailer. But funny enough, Zack Snyder wanted to point out that this is actually not the Batcave. A lot of people keep referring to this as the Batcave. He even sounded kind of annoyed that people thought this was the case, because you could see windows in the background. And a cool fact that he revealed is that Batman doesn't yet trust all these people, so he wouldn't bring them to the Batcave just yet, and or at least at this point in the movie. And he does say that. I'll talk about what else he says about the Justice League cast here, but he does say that this is most likely Wayne Aerospace, some sort of old hangar, and this is where he's constructing the ship that they have in the trailer. I keep forgetting what that ship is called. But yeah, cool new shot that we got here. Bruce contemplating, and this is he talked a little bit about this scene and how they shot the scene, stuff we've seen, and is of course a beautiful shot. And he just goes into a little bit about what went into shooting that. In terms of this, shots we've seen Zack hint at and tease before, but he did mention that someone's in particular is missing in this scene. We see actually Cyborg's mom, but who don't we see? And of course, that's Silas. Silas is missing from there, and if you guys are familiar with Cyborg's backstory, that's not all that surprising. There's a shot we haven't gotten. So this is supposed to be Gotham, where Vic lives, and this was shot in England. And this is kind of Vic just looking at the street, looking at some normal people living their lives. And here is the shot that I thought was the coolest shot right here. So we've seen the shot in color, but in black and white, I just think it looks so cool. You see the silhouette of the black suit, and you see that S really pop out in this type of shot. That's, Zack's talked about how he loves the black and white version of this movie. I gotta say, I prefer the colored version. But that's cool. Everything's all cool. Everyone can prefer what they like. I do like the color version, but I do think this shot in black and white looks absolutely amazing, especially because that silver emblem really pops. Um, and So Diana's talking to that girl. Zach talks a little bit about that in his live stream. But one of the coolest things and questions that I always had was in regards to this scene. So we see Flash obviously running through the window to save Iris. And one of the weirdest things to see is Flash in his bare feet, Barry Allen's bare feet here. And someone actually asked the question of why he has no shoes on, and he revealed that because he's running so fast, you actually see a scene in the movie where his shoes just literally burst open because he's running so fast. And this is kind of really why he really needs that suit because of what he's doing to his clothing here. And Kiersey Clemons, she's going to be hinted at in the movie, but he really leaves this scene open for future directors to explore and their relationship to explore. I really hope we see Kiersey Clemons in the future. So this was super cool. And another fact that he revealed is that in his version of the Speed Force, and he's open for, it's obviously open to interpretation of how the Speed Force should work, but in his version, he doesn't like that Barry Allen could move people because he thinks that in his laws of the Speed Force, moving that fast would literally tear someone's skin off of them. So pretty cool, and that just goes to show that some of the scenes in Justice League in which Flash was moving those scientists around may have been really scenes that were added in late. So we're definitely going to see some Barry, I think, a little bit more isolated and feeling that sense of isolation and being alone a lot of the times in the Speed Force. And I think Zach has talked about that in the past too. So that was a cool fact that we learned. So let's see what else. Zach didn't want to talk a lot about that graveyard scene, but he did reveal that that statue, the angel statue, was used in Sucker Punch and I forget what other movie, Watchmen. But he says there's an importance to this scene that he didn't want to reveal. Batman, of course, beautiful shot. And they had to rebuild this set. And then we get him interacting with Volko and Amber Heard, of course. Someone asked him about the whole water sequence, the water scenes talking in a bubble, and he mentioned that in his version, the Atlanteans actually have a different type of language because they aren't able to utilize the air to make noises. So that's why there's a bubble sequence in there. But he always thought that wherever they took Aquaman in the future, he'd be down with it. But in his world, that's how they had to communicate. Here, we got Darkseid and the kind of priests of the mother boxes in the background. Now, at this point in the movie, or I should keep saying Darkseid, but Uxas assumes that he has won. He has successfully conquered Earth, and they're going to go ahead and kind of reveal the anti-life equation on the floor. But what he doesn't realize is that Earth has its defenses, and that comes in the form of the old gods and all of Earth's protectors coming together, really. So this is not going to end well for Uxas, and that was pretty cool. Gassad's going to be in the movie just a little bit from what he talked about in the live stream, and we get Lois Lane kind of seeing the impossible happen. Clark, Superman, is once again alive, and there we go. So here's Silas committing a selfless act. This is, something that was crazy that he revealed in the trailer, but apparently Silas has a plan and a reason for doing this. Obviously, you're going to have a reason for killing yourself, right? And doing so in front of your son. So Silas has a plan, and it's a selfless act, and it's really crazy how this got revealed. It's such a crazy shot, and it reminded Zach a lot of a Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen, right? Okay. Oh, man. And we have a cool action sequence with Hippolyta wrecking some parademons. He said this would be a cool action sequence. And Steppenwolf, a really cool question that came about was, is that Steppenwolf's skin or what is that? And Zack revealed that actually that's just Steppenwolf's armor, but we will see Steppenwolf in his real form at some point in the movie as the armor gets ripped off. So he did say that a lot of people thought this look was really intense, including myself. When I first saw this, I thought Steppenwolf's look was really like, it was a little off-putting, but I kind of got used to it, and now I'm really digging it. And it really makes sense when you got to make a figure that can oppose the Justice League, right? This guy looks like he can match them and would really be a formidable foe. So awesome scenes here. What else did he go through? Oh, in this scene, so these gauntlets were actually developed by Alfred, but were inspired by Wonder Woman, according to Zack. So, I mean, he didn't quite say that off exactly like that, but it was very implied that Wonder Woman influenced these gauntlets, and it's cool that Alfred, of all people, was able to create this for Zack. And he did not want to tell us what was going on in that scene right there, but he was really excited about it. And then we get, of course, these scenes. He did talk a little bit about what was going on here and how much went into making some of these scenes, but nothing as notable as what we were just talking about earlier and what he revealed earlier. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about was the fact that he did leave open the fact that there may be another Kryptonian on planet Earth. And he did say that while the Easter egg was in Man of Steel, the Easter egg also comes back here in this movie. And he said that it's kind of open to interpretation. He never really had a set plan to do it or not to do it. He wanted to leave that open on purpose, which is really cool. And here, and then, so at these last sequences, and I know I'm forwarding through it, he did mention that there was tension between Aquaman and Cyborg, how the trust wasn't really there yet. And that's kind of the trailer in a nutshell. Now, the live stream was pretty long, and I was listening to it at work. So if I missed anything you guys thought was interesting and kind of a great reveal, please let me know down in the comments. Those were the things that I thought were really sticking out in the live stream when he talked about it. And I'm curious to know what you guys think of it. I'm excited to see the colored version of the trailer tomorrow. Don't know if we'll be able to do a reaction for it, but it's pretty cool to see this and see some new scenes and new bits of footage added in. So let me know what you guys thought about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you can, like the video, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.